Hello friends, welcome back to the second part of this StatPro course, that is modeling of the frame structure. In the first part we have discussed all the basic commands used in the StatPro. I hope all of you have done a good practice to study all these commands. Now in the second part we are going to model the structure by assigning the geometry to the sections as well as by assigning the support conditions and the loading conditions to the structure. Now in the today's video we are going to discuss how to assign the geometry to the beams or to the columns. So let's begin with that. Okay, now whatever the structure we have created in the second project, that we have considered for today's video for assigning the geometry. So let's open the structure which we have created in the second video. Now here on this main screen, whenever you have started this in general, you will get this section. When you substituting or putting the geometry over here, then it will be x, y, z or the beams and all that. Now next you have to go in the general section. Now when you are clicking on this general, here you will see the property, then the specifications, then support conditions, load definition as well as material. All these tabs will be available. In that one, when you are clicking on these properties, then over here you will see the different options. That first is a section and the second is a beta angle. Now in the today's video we discuss about the section as well as the beta angle. So firstly, now if I want to assign the geometry as a rectangular cross section to any particular beam with a specific size, then first of all I have to define the size. So go in the define. Here there are different cross section shapes are available, that is circular, then rectangular, then T shape, trapezoidal shape, then general, then tapered eye, tapered tube and assign profile. Now in that I am selecting this rectangle cross section, as normally we are seeing that all the sections will be rectangular only. Now somewhere or sometimes there will be circular column sections also. In that case you can go through this circular section also. So over here when I am selecting this rectangle, now here you can see a rectangular cross section is displayed. In that one YD is its depth and ZD is the width. So here I have to put the values of the dimensions. That let's say the depth of the column is 400 mm. So here I have to put the 0.4 meter, and normally in Z direction it will be 230 mm, so 0.23. Then again here material is available, that is steel, stainless steel, aluminum, concrete. So I am selecting this as a concrete section and click on add. So you can see immediately cross section is get added on this property window. Now there will be one more cross section size, so I am adding that also. Let's say 350 mm and then depth is again 230 mm and add over here. Further close. Now whatever the cross sections available, that you can add in this define tab. Now further I have to assign this cross section to these beams. So let's say all the size of the column is 0.35 into 0.23. Now to select the columns, let's put over here or display the nodes. So I'm selecting here shift plus N. So all the node numbers are available on the screen. Okay, now I'm selecting this top view. Okay, then selecting these nodes 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and now clicking on this whole structure. Or to assign all the vertical columns or to select the column, in the last lecture we have seen that beams parallel to y direction. So all the beams in the y direction, that will be get selected. Then just as to assign it, that assign to selected beams, and it will be get assigned. Do you want to proceed? Yes. Right. So now you can see here the cross sectional size of 230 by 350 mm that will be get assigned to all these vertical columns. Right. Now again further, if you want to assign in another way also, here there are 4 different options will be available for assigning it. First is assign to selected beam, as you have selected the beam and then it will be get assigned. Second, use cursor to assign, then next assign to view, and assign to edit list is also available. So now let's see how it could be done. That suppose I am selecting the cross section size. Now here use cursor to assign. So I am clicking on the, let's select the beam cursor. So clicking on the beam and it will be get assigned to that beam. Here I have to put assign. Yes. So only to this beam which I have selected using the cursor, the cross sectional dimension are get assigned. So again use cursor to assign. I am selecting all the beams and here assign. So it will be assigning to all those beams. Use cursor to assign. Or further, here also I am selecting this option and assign to view. Select here assign. Yes. So all the beams, all the view beams that will be get assigned as a section of 230 by 350. Okay. So these are the different ways to assign the cross sectional dimension to the view. Now here again I am selecting beams parallel to y direction and this view will be get assigned to all these beams. Yes. Okay. Now I am selecting beams. I am selecting the second cross section size. Select beams parallel to x direction, the second cross sectional size that will be get assigned. Yes. Okay, so now you can see here R1 is get available. Again I am selecting here the beams parallel to z direction, assign. Yes. Right. So now you can see here all the x and z direction beams that will be get assigned by a first cross section R1 and then vertical beams that will be get assigned by a second cross section dimension. Okay. Now you can check here in the 3D rendered view, right? So you can check here over here that all the cross sectional dimensions are get assigned to the all the beams, and if any beam is get missed, that also you can check through this 3D rendered view. Let's see how it is to be done. I'm adding some of the beams to here. Okay, so I'm selecting here geometry. Right now I'm selecting node cursor, selecting the first node, second node, this will be the third and the fourth node. Then I'm repeating the translational repeating y direction of 1 link steps. Okay, so those 4 will be get repeated over here. Then I'm adding the beams. Right, and now you can check here the 3D rendered view. Okay, skip, go in the general, and I can check over here the 3D rendered view. Right, so here you can see whatever that beams, additional beams we have drawn or added over here, the cross section size is not added to all these beams. So that we can check over here any missed beam where the cross section size is not get added, that we can check by using this 3D rendered view where that beam is appeared as a single line. Right, now we are checked that only these 4 beams are not get assigned by the cross sectional size. Now here to assign the cross sectional size to only that missed beams, again in select there is an option available as select missing attributes. In that one, a missing property. So these are the beams where a property is not get assigned, right? So now let's assign this, selecting this, select by missing attributes, missing property, then further select here assign, yes, right? So now the properties are get assigned to all these beams also. In the 3D render view we can check this, right? The whole section is selected and now you can see right here all the beams are get assigned by the geometrical cross sectional size, right? Now I'll just delete all these additional beams, or further we can check in the same also here. Now if you see this cross section size, then you can clearly see over here that few of the cross sections get outside from these sections at this position over here. Now in that case beta angle will plays an important role over here. Likewise here I am selecting this beta angle, then edit over here or create a beta angle. So I am creating here beta angle as a 90 degree, right? Okay, so this 90 I am applying to this section and here assign, yes. So now you can see again in the 3D view I'm just taking the 3-dimensional view. So here you can see that will be get shifted inside, right? Then similarly if you see over here at this position, here you can see that column is on the outer side as the beta angle is not assigned to this angle column. So whenever or indirectly to understand the beta angle in the more clear way, here you can see initially the column position is like this and now this is the axis of the column. So when I am rotating this column by making an angle, now these are the original axis and now after rotating these are the axis of the columns which are shown by the green color, original axis are shown by the brown color. So angle between these two, this we called it as a beta angle. I can see here one more location that if the column is now in vertical position, now it is get offsetted in the horizontal position. So here the vertical and this horizontal, the angle is nothing but this beta angle. So whenever we want to offset the column along the wall, in that case by using this beta angle we can shift the angle inside. You can select a whole column also, like here I'm selecting the geometry and then here selecting the top view, selecting this, taking this node cursor, selecting this node, right? So you can see in the whole structure view that complete column is get selected, right? Then applying to that column or selecting the beams along all that column and here in general selecting this beta angle, so beta angle and considering these all sections. So here assign, yes. So this level is also get shifted, and you can see here the beta angle that will be appear. So normally this beta angle that will be used for the purpose of addition of the or offset of the column from the first position, that is from horizontal to vertical or any inclined position, to shift the column inside into the wall, right? So you practice on these 2-3 commands which you have studied in the today's video. That is, in general, you define the different cross sectional sizes and assign this cross section size to all the beams and columns. Also you practice on this beta angle command. Create the beta angle first of all, either 90 degree or 45 degree. Likewise, suppose I am creating here a beta angle as 45 degree. Okay, then beta 45 I am assigning to here. Assign, yes. So now you can see in the 3D rendered view, that will be get tilted by means of a 45 degree angle. So here initially it was like horizontal, and then now it is get tilted by means of an 45 degree. So here to shift the position of the beam or column, beta angle is used. Okay, so you practice on these 2 commands. In the next video we are going to discuss the different support conditions. Thank you.